Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Yorkie 3-Stripe, and I just want to really do a bit of a catch up on what I've been getting up to these last 2 or 3 weeks. Well, longer than that actually. I've been, as people who watch my channel know, I've been going back and trying to get a lot of the trainers back that I sold a few years ago, some of my favourites, and I've really sort of been immersing myself into Adidas trainers again. Spezial still a big passion of mine. I love my Spezial clothing and obviously the trainers, which a lot of you can see behind me. But I love Adidas first and foremost, and the trainers particularly is my big passion. And obviously this room is primarily for my trainers, so that's something I've really kind of gone back into in a big way. As you can see, the shelving's grown over the last few months. I'm going to have a couple more over this side as well because I'm running out of space now. That's going to be mainly just trainers. Well, it is trainers, and all my leisure shoes, which are currently down here because there's no room for them now there, are going to be in the 2 or 3 shelves like you see behind me on that side. Who knows, maybe the both sides will end up just being covered, but we'll see. My list's getting short on my wanted list, so that I am getting there, but there's still quite a few that I'd like. And I've got feelers out all over the place trying to find them. But on the flip side of that, obviously, you know, that costs money. A lot of these trainers are obviously hard to find and sought after. So they cost a bit of money. And obviously for that to happen, obviously I need to bring money in. So I have been selling quite a bit of Spezial clothing, t-shirts, which I had so many of. I gave up on the full run. Obviously I've kept some, as you can see, some of my favourites. I think I had about 36 and I think I've sold about 18, so I've still got more than enough. And it's the same with the tracksuit tops, the coats, the jackets, the sweatshirts. I've got more than enough still, but I certainly didn't need as much as what I did have, so it was a bit of a no-brainer really. I wanted to put more into my trainers so I can see them on display rather than clothes that I put away in a wardrobe. But I still have a massive passion for that. I've obviously been keeping an eye on the Spezial End collaboration that's just got announced today, well, released today. So I've got my eye on a couple of bits there. The moss crops certainly look fantastic. But anyway, that's going away from that, what I've really going to do this video about today. So obviously going back to my classics that I had, and one that I wanted straight away back. And it's the classic, the iconic, probably the most iconic Adidas casual flat trainer. For me, first released in 1976, there's been countless reissues of it since. For me, there's only one, which I think is the only one worth having, and it was the 2008, the Dublin, that lovely rich blue suede, dark rich blue I should say, but the suede is just absolutely soft as you can get. The bright orange stripes and the bright orange heel tab, and the cotton laces, which just finish it off. I love that contrast of the cotton, that blue against the real rich blue of the suede. And for me, they are just the silhouette of the classic Adidas flat trainer. Originally, they were released as a training shoe, just that simplistic look about them. For me, the 08s probably resemble the vintage more than any, because it's just got that soft suede. They did come out in 03, I believe. Well, they did come out in 03. I had a pair, but they just weren't as, I don't know, they weren't as streamlined for me. They were quite chunky. I've never had a pair of the originals from 1976, so I can't comment, but I just believe, and I've read, they're probably the best resemblance to this 1976 original. They got reissued, well, 2010 they brought out the 1 in 500, which was a leather, which I had, and they're a stunning trainer, the Dublin 1 in 500, along with the City Series, basically a reissue of the City Series, which is what these originally were. They had the Cardiff, the Glasgow, the London, the Birmingham. But they were stunning, but they're priced crazily now. You know, you're paying 4 figures minimum. Well, you are paying 4 figures for those brand new. And then Size brought out an exclusive in 2017, which were okay. They were still the same as this, very similar. At first glance, you would think were the same, but they weren't as bright orange. The orange wasn't as bright. It was toned down a bit, as was the blue. The suede wasn't as soft. It wasn't the true suede. And yeah, you've got a nice trainer there. Certainly one to wear. But when you put them next to each other, which I did originally, when I had them both back in 2017-18, you could see the difference. And I got these for a good price. Well, a good price for what they are, given the brand new tagged. And yeah, I mean, the only thing I would change probably, when people ask me, I mean, the dimple tongue came on these. It came also on the 2017 reissue. But the recent reissue, only last year, which I think sized it again, they've got the suede tongue, which I think looks really nice. And I just wish, I suppose I'm being ultra picky, but having the suede tongue maybe instead of the dimple. Of course, the silhouette, I mean, from this trainer, so many more have come from it. The London being the real, but I used to love the Londons. I had most of the colourways back in 2018. And I love that silhouette. So the London, the Colne, the Berlin. I mean, they've since been reissues of the Dublin in different colourways. The brown and the black just recently came out. The Taiwan, which was the blue and the black. So yeah, there's obviously a stampede of reissues, and I like the good. Don't get me wrong. The St. Patrick's, the green and white, back in 2018, I think. And don't get me wrong, they're all great reissues, they really are. But for me, the Dublin, that is the one for me. So the 08, I'm delighted to get it. Still, obviously, it's still got the cardboard inlay as well, and I've got the original box. So obviously, I keep the boxes, even though I don't display them in boxes. How can I? But they really do look fantastic. Along with the Stockholms, which I've got just behind me there to my left. They also, my favourite Stockholm was also the 2008 version. It was a vintage year, 2008 now, looking back, for the Dublin and the Stockholm, because I don't think they've bettered them since. And again, the Stockholm's been released, I think, is it now three times as well, since the 08. So that was a real must-have for me. So I'm delighted to get those. Another one, which I also recently got, from, well, again, I had them originally, the 2005, the Holiday. I got these from a guy called Steve Thwaites, who's a big Adidas guy on the pages, well known, and he had these. He had them resold by David Mills, of course, the restoration man, the guru, of course, who else? He restored these. He put a sole on these. Now, these are actually from a Padiham, the pink Padihams that came out, I think, 2020. These are from that, and it's the nearest probably shade you can get. It's the same sole as what the Holidays were, same outer sole, and the gum colour, and it's very similar, and I wouldn't have known any difference. Obviously, if I put maybe two together, the original I would have done, but very hard to get these, still with the lettering intact, the gold lettering, can you see there? The suede's lovely. And as I say, they've got the resole, but you won't know any different. And very difficult to get in good condition. There's the lettering again. Really nice. These are actually 9.5. So they do fit quite big. They're quite snug on me, but I could get away with them. But a real classic, obviously, again, from the originals from the 70s, the Holidays. And they've got that real 70s vibe. And they really kept that when they brought these out again in 2005. But that's, what, 19 years ago. But still, you know, they really did do a good job on these. They came in blue as well, which again I used to have. And the blue are even harder to get. So the blue is another one I'm looking for. But again, so hard to get in good condition. So yeah, I was really delighted to get those. Steve sold me them at a good price. And yeah, welcome addition again. I think Noel Gallagher once said they were his favourite trainer, I think, if memory serves me. So that's them. And then another thing I did, well, one of my recent videos, I previewed the size exclusive of the ZX600, which came out only last month, was it? Or was it 2 months ago? Fantastic runner, wonderful runner, really popular, big seller. The reissue from the original. Now, the last release of these was 2006, which was a huge trainer in popularity and sales, and everyone, you know, basically was hoping, how are these going to stand up, the 24 version to the 2006. I'd always wanted a pair. I've never stopped looking for a pair since these, before I knew these were coming out, I've been looking for a pair. And lo and behold, on one of the Facebook pages last week, a pair of 2006 came up, like new, quite a few quid, but as I say, I've been bringing it in through selling other things. I bought them, and this is them. This is the 2006 ZX600. I'd never had a pair in my hands before, so I couldn't comment on how they compared to the 24. They are absolutely fantastic. The quality is wonderful. Let me just get the 2024 and compare them. Straight away, the lighter. It's a lighter suede straight away. Obviously, they've gone with the darker laces as well on the 24. They've got the light laces, and it's lighter suede, but it is suede. The suede on the 06 is real suede. Absolutely superb. Softer to the touch. It's not obvious, but once you compare it, it's just a lot coarse on the 24s. Much softer suede. The tongue as well, that's another thing. The tongue is much thicker on that. I mean, again, it's okay on the 24, it is, but when you actually get the 06, there's a lot more padding there. It's just finished better. The engine room of it, if you want, the heel counter and support on the 06 just looks more integral. It just looks like it's a bit more thought out rather than a bit of an afterthought on the 24. Can you see? It just looks like it fits better. It's hard to show you. Let me just show you. That's it in the 06. The 24, it just looks like it's been added on. It's a bit, they've gone a bit darker on that as well. On the 06, it's darker. They've gone a bit lighter on the 24 there, but it just looks more integrated. Can you see? The heel tab as well, they're actually lower. They're a bit higher than the new ones. The heel tab as well, if you compare them, a lot higher on the 24s. But just when you feel, even this bit there, it's softer. Underneath, the soles pretty much identical. I mean, let's be straight. Size have done a great job with these. Given these are 18 years later, and some of the poor reissues we've had over the last few years, this isn't one of them. This is a fantastic reissue. Let's not get away from that. And I'll probably get another one of these. I'm not planning on wearing these. They're like new. They're 18 years old. They've got to this age like new. So I don't want to ruin them. They're actually an 11. So I've tried them on with thick socks and I could get away with it. They're a 10. They fit me fine, true to size. So straight away, they're not my size. And I just want to keep them for the comparison, and they look great on display, the two together. I love the reissue, I love the original, and it's something I'd like to do more with other trainers as well. So yeah, overall, a fantastic reissue, the 24 by size, but the 06, I would just say edges it, maybe a little bit more than edges it actually, just with the finish, the feel of it, the more compactness about them, even the stripes feel better. There's more of a nylon finish to that, because generally it is more nylon. That's real suede, and it's absolutely stunning. But nothing wrong with these at all. So at least I've got the two, and I've given a comparison. Some people might be able to give a more detailed comparison, a better one, but there you go. There's the difference. Darker, a bit lighter as well, as you can see. Although the control panel there is darker on the 06. So there we go. I don't want to spend too long talking. Another addition I've got, which I really was not planning on doing. I've got the Barbour TS Runner, reconditioned the other month, which was a fantastic job by David Mills. But I saw a brand new pair on eBay last month, and they were not a bad price. still a lot of money, but not a bad price for what they do cost and what they can go for. I just wanted one with that ticket on. Look at that, the TS Runner, 10 years released this year. I wonder if they're doing an anniversary release, because they would sell. And I don't know, I just think when they're new like that, they're just, wow, they're just amazing. Everything about it. The laces, which I know David Mills had done a great job on the ones that I'd got, but just the laces and everything. Barbour, Adidas, those wax laces, the tongue, the Dillinger web, and just the finish. It's just, I think, one of the nicest, certainly one of the nicest runners, but one of the nicest trainers I'll actually ever own. And that's why there's gaps behind me, because they go up there. So I got those. So that was another one added. And that's that for now. I'll do some more videos coming up in the coming weeks. I've got a lot of other things I want to show and give info on and give reviews on. Before I do go, I just want to mention a couple, well, one person who called Footy Subculture. A lot of guys and girls who buy trainers probably know about him. Does the fantastic key rings. He's been doing them a few years now. He goes back, he does older ones. He has his own website, but he's also on Twitter. So footysubculture.co.uk. I've got the LGs, I've got the new Hardwicks, I've got the old 14 Hardwicks, which hopefully one day I'll get one to go with, the trainers. I've got the Dublin, of course, the 08s. I even found one to go with my signed NG72s, even with a signature look. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? And that drapes over my display on those. So wonderful. Really, really chuffed with those. I didn't actually get them straight from Footy Subculture. I'd put a shout out and see if he had any, but he didn't have any stock left. I did get the new Hardwicks, but the rest was shout out to guys on the Facebook pages, and people responded. And a lot of the guys, I can't name them. I've not got the names at hand, but the basic were letting me have these, which is fantastic. And I'm so grateful for that. Still after a couple more, mine one for the Stockholm and the LG2, the LG, the green stripe with the gum front there. And then another purchase I got, which I didn't expect to get. I love pin badges. And I was on eBay the other day and I saw some lovely, lovely pin badges of the Topangas. There's the Topanga Spezial, or the old California. I'm not sure if I'm picking up this. There's the Aqua, which you can see behind me, the Topanga Aqua. There's the Marine, which is the one above it. And you see there, I just think they're great. And I got a good price for these. I got the brown leather Spezial bag, which is above my head. One of my favourite Spezial releases. Such a lovely bag. So I've got that. Can you see? They're all pin badges. And the McVicker, again, one of my favourite runners. Top left-hand corner up there, the McVicker. And there's Roger Daltrey from, of course, the so mentioned jail movie from the 70s. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Oh, and I even got a silver birch. Again, one of my, oh, and there they are, the silver birch. And there it is. So what I do, I just think they look really nice on display. They look really good in front of them. Some are tiny, you can hardly see them, but I just think they finish it off. You know, I've got this room for displaying trainers, so I might as well maximise it as much as I can. And these things do. And as I say, I'm looking for more of them. So it never ends. So there we go. That's what I've been up to. More videos, as I say, coming. Look forward to him, what everyone else is up to. How are you getting on with the Spezial drop? Did you enter the raffles? I've not entered any yet. I'll probably enter that over the weekend. There's one or two bits I won't mind. But as I say, I'm sort of relentlessly going back into the trainers. So Adidas all the way, but not necessarily as much as Spezial. Although those moss crops do look very nice, the end collaboration. So more videos to come. Thanks very much for all your support, your subscribes, your likes, your comments. It's all appreciated, trust me. And till next time, cheerio.